So it's been little over a month since I published my first ever video on YouTube, and during my still pretty short YouTube journey, I can tell you that it has completely shattered the way I view the world, how I used to see myself, what it's gained me along the way, and how it opened up more opportunities for me to grow both as a person and in my career. In the span of 3 days, I reached 2,000 plus subscribers, and I've reached the requirements for monetization a few days ago. But the best thing that happened to me during this time was actually... Hey guys, my name is Jarrell. I'm a video editor by day and now part-time YouTuber by later that day. I was born in the Philippines. I'm 24 years old, extremely introverted, afraid yet hopeful of what the future has in store for me. And honestly, I would have never dreamt of creating videos like these and sharing it online for the world to see. None of my friends and family know I created this channel. I'm not going to lie, I didn't tell anyone because I was afraid of the ridicule I'd get if no one watched any of my videos, or that it looked like I was trying too hard to be a content creator. But honestly, I don't really care anymore if they see me making content. I've come to realize that putting yourself out there, making content, hustling, and creating things you're passionate about, all the while people are judging you, is one of the most courageous thing a person can do. So in case you were wondering, each and every one of my subscribers organically found my channel without any form of social media shout out or sub for sub. I just wanted to get that out of the way since that was the burning question I had before starting this channel. Can I create a YouTube channel without sharing it to anyone and still be noticed by the algorithm? The answer is yes. So I want to break this video down into 3 parts. First is why I decided to create content in the first place. Second is how it changed the way I viewed the world. And third is what I plan to do moving forward. But first, let's start at the very beginning. Around 3 years ago, during the middle of the pandemic, the constant lockdowns forced everyone to stay at home. My online classes were seldom, and I had a lot of free time. And what did I do with that time? I played video games with my friends every single day for 2 years. I'd average around 8 to 10 hours a day playing. It felt like each day seemed to pass me by way too fast. Looking back at it now, I guess it was because I was living the same routine to the point where every day seems to be on repeat. Day in and day out, I was repeating this routine cycle that was lacking growth, passion, and purpose, not swaying even an inch away from my mundane lifestyle. I tried moving away from that cycle by planning on creating a YouTube channel. I was thinking of vlog or educational channel, but I never really tried to get it off the ground. Either I was too lazy at the time or I was content with how the way things were, wasting away hours upon hours on a game instead of the more important things like spending time with the people I love. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed playing with my friends and having human interactions that wasn't possible during those times of COVID. But if I had known those 2 years were my dad's final years, I would have spent more time with him. There were still so many questions I wanted to ask him, and now I can't. So just a friendly advice for you all. Spend time with your families because you'll regret it if you don't. So what made me finally decide to give this YouTube thing a shot was a few months after being a video editor. I was editing videos for a client, yada yada, nothing out of the ordinary, and then it hit me. Why didn't I create my own channel? I know how to edit videos, I kind of have an idea how to find organic viewers, and man, it would be so cool if this took off. It was a no-brainer decision. Then I remembered I was an introvert. The thought of people seeing my face, paying attention to me, and possibly judging me, thinking of these things alone made me feel so uneasy that it took another 3 to 4 months to contemplate and have back and forth discussions with myself on pushing through with creating content. Then one night, while watching Tuesdays with Maury on my low battery phone, it was around 40% at the time, and I wasn't even halfway finished with the movie. Anyways, I was watching it and was so focused on the movie. Next thing I knew, the low battery pop-up appeared with only 10% of my battery remaining. I don't know if it was the combination of that low battery warning and watching an old dude at the end of his life that I realized, holy crap, the average lifespan for Asians is 76 years old. Don't cancel me, I'm Asian. 76. And to be honest, my family history says lower. I realized I'm 24 now. That means in battery life, I'm right under the green and just a little bit on the yellow side. Again, I can say that I'm Asian. And that just hit so hard for me that it was enough to actually make me get off my ass, sit down, and write my very first script. That was the very first video I published. But before even publishing that video, it took around 3 months of hard work to create a lineup of my planned videos. You see, I didn't want to embark on this journey without a plan, without a strategy. I'm that type of person who can't go in a meeting unprepared. Or when going to a neighboring city, I need to research ahead how to get around, neighborhoods to avoid, if it doesn't rain during my visit, and even checking out the restaurants near where I'm staying. Maybe it's my anxiety showing, but it just feels terrifying not being able to control the things around you. But anyways, so around September of 2023, I started making the scripts, creating the thumbnails, and brainstorming video ideas for my channel. I saved up little by little to buy my equipments like this light right here and the camera I'm using now, as well as this microphone. Once I had all my equipments, I started filming while still researching and creating the scripts for future videos, all while holding down a job. It was hard work and still pretty hard even now, but I love every moment of it. You see, what I'm trying to do here is to build a community of people who watch my content because they enjoy it, or make them feel relaxed, hopeful, or it inspires them. I appreciate you all so much, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. So let's get back to it. So there I was, super hyped to publish my first video. I thought the thumbnail looked good, the title amazing, and I gave it my all. I knew that it wouldn't be seen by even 1,000 people, but I was hoping it would reach at least 300 by the first week. It didn't. That video had around 38 views and my subscriber count grew from 0 to 13. And it stayed close to that number for a month. Then something happened. One video blew up. In 3 days, my subscriber count went from 17 to 2,600. That particular video gained traction and more people found my channel. I currently pass all the requirements for monetization, and it happened so quickly too. Right now, I'm planning on applying for the YouTube Partnership Program, and I cannot thank each and every one of you enough. I knew I was going to get monetized sooner or later. My estimated time frame was around 6 to 12 months, but it happened in under 2 months, which still amazes me. Now, I'm going to talk about how creating content as a part-time YouTuber has changed my life and the way I view the world around me. Now, as I said before, and if you've seen a few of my videos, you might have already figured out that I'm a bit of an introvert. Seriously, never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I would voluntarily do this. Like, all my life, friends and family have repeatedly told me not to draw too much attention to myself, or show off, or even talk about my achievements because it would appear vain. So that's what I did for so long, just staying in the sidelines, super self-aware if anyone was judging me, always afraid of putting myself in the spotlight. It's even come to a point now that I'm an adult that when people sing me happy birthday, I wouldn't know what to do. I'd get so awkward, my hands suddenly don't know how to move, and it just feels so uncomfortable that people are actually acknowledging that I exist. Even when people compliment me, I wouldn't know how to react because I've been wired ever since I was a child that being the center of attention, even just for a slight amount, is an opportunity for people to judge you. And being judged was the most unimaginable thing for me for so long. I had a lot of insecurities growing up. I was insecure about my weight, my skin. I used to sweat a lot. I hated my curly hair for so long because some of my classmates would make fun of me. I've grown out of that now and I could care less what they say, but honestly, it was pretty difficult growing up and thinking the whole world is just going to hate you and constantly judge you. That after seeing all your positive comments in every single one of my videos, I was pretty surprised that they were all so uplifting. I read each and every one of your comments, and 99.9% of the time, they're just so amazing. So make sure to comment down below if these things are resonating or relating with you at all. Now, creating content and holding down a job is difficult. After work or school, for some of you, you don't feel like adding more work for yourself by creating content. Add a few distractions and guilty pleasures to that, and you'll find yourself in a bubble of comfort you don't want to leave. Trust me, breaking that cycle is difficult, and it's even more difficult maintaining it. Creating content has really humbled me. It takes a lot of discipline, planning, organizing, and editing, and a little bit of faith as well that it will all somehow work out in the end. Now, I'm going to hit you with a little bit of a reality check. Starting out on YouTube sucks. The likes and the views don't come flying in like with other platforms out there. In YouTube, it might take a week, a month, or even a year to finally get some decent views. This is especially brutal and difficult in a world where instant gratification is a norm. You have no idea how much I refreshed my browser in the hopes of it increasing my view count. It really helped me overcome it by learning how to pause and recognize that my long-term aspirations are better than short-term rewards. Having those low view counts day in and day out really helped me become more patient and stay grounded. But honestly, I feel like growing a community is way better than getting a lot of views. Don't get me wrong, views are important, but having a group of people, big or small, waiting for you to upload another video just feels reassuring to know. Also, on a side note, people have been slipping through my DMs wanting to work with me. And it's pretty crazy because all of them weren't from my video with over 80,000 views. No, they were all from my very first video with less than 600 views. This made me realize that if your video reaches the right group of people, the right person, then you don't even need to get monetized on YouTube to start making money. I'm currently fully booked right now and can't take on any other projects at this time, but I'll definitely let you guys know in the community tab if I'm ready for more clients or if I'll get a video editor of my own. So what's next? Well, I'm going to try my best and maintain posting content every week for the next 2 years and see where that takes me. So to close this one out, no matter how many people subscribes to my channel or if my videos never reach 100 views ever again, I'm totally fine with that. The things I gained, fears I've overcome, and the personal growth towards how I see myself is already more than enough for me. So for any of you contemplating whether to start a channel or not, start it today. Don't wait till next year because honestly, life passes you by so quickly. You never know, it might change your life the way it changed mine. That's all for today, guys. I will catch you in the next one.